StreamYard from there before you do anything. Now go
Okay.
over there and let's do it together. I see that you don't understand anything. I'm telling you.
And if you don't,
Let's go. Come on.
sorry, can you mute yourself?
Yes.
Can you mute and StreamYard? Mute.
Here.
Yeah.
I'm back to the host. I see the host, not myself. Do you see here? Can you come here? Let me stop sharing. Hold on. I know, but it says host is there. Let me try this. Can you come here? See, I'm also sharing I'm sharing also my Zoom.
That's what the only thing.
Okay, yeah. So now I'm going to share. You see this?
Yes.
But it doesn't change here.
Sure. Let me see if I can do it from there. You have to work. You cannot.
Okay, you got it. What did you do different? Okay, you got it. Okay? All right. So you have it. All right, so let me go back to create. Do you see my screen? Okay, good. All right. So what did you do different? Okay, you have to take control because you're the host. Do you hear me, Daniel?
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to do StreamYard in the background.
So you go to another Zoom meeting at 7:50 today?
Perfect. It's fine. So maybe you can look on the chat and see if other people are having issues with their chat. Tonight, you can give a shout out and see if people are having, I think some people were having issues with their Wix and publishing. But basically they need to get more clarity on what they're doing.
You select the options on Zoom that it will stream to YouTube. Remember how to do that?
Yeah, I'm live on YouTube, but I have it on my channel.
So try to see if you
Yeah,
go there.
let me see.
It gives you trouble.
Waiting for a response. Forward. So which channel? Do you want me to try Sarah Rushnick instead
Do
of
the same thing, yes. The same thing you did before. What
Yeah.
did you do before?
DRS Rushnick?
So do the same.
Let me see if it works. Okay, go live.
Just copy the name.
Okay.
You want to copy this so you can track it. What kind of a number is that there?
It's the date of the Zoom.
Where did you do the notepad?
It's right here. It's not on the top. Go all the way to the top.
All this identifying information,
Yeah, I can see.
you want to put them at the top.
Yeah. We'll see if it will work.
And don't worry if it doesn't work. It's all a matter of learning together with the class. It's not
Okay.
any.
Okay, fine. Okay,
Now
we'll
you
see.
can move it to the side.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me go live and see if it'll work.
Yeah.
What happened?
Click on it again. You clicked on it?
Yeah.
It takes time.
It crashed last time.
that's the whole point. You want to crash it and you want to learn how to crash it and how to fix
Yeah.
it. If it is trying to do something.
Yeah. You see that?
And what
They
do you
raise it.
see there?
That it just like blinking like that. They said they had issues.
Who is they said? Who is they?
StreamYard with YouTube, and also Zoom said they had issues with streaming to YouTube.
Can you bypass it and continue with other things?
I'll try.
Just ignore it and continue
Okay, I'll
and see
see.
what happens.
See what happens.
Then other people can do the same. Investigate.
Okay. Do you see the screen, Daniel? Daniel, do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Okay.
see.
Is there an issue?
No, I just see the Blackboard screen with the course tools evaluation.
The black one with the quartz tools. Volume, right. Yeah.
Track number.
Yeah. So let me just move this a little bit. Right, and then let me submit. You see this submit?
Yes.
Okay. And there was a success at the end. Let's see. Oh, I think I put it twice in the wrong place. Okay, so now I need to go to the other class. So I need to go to Blackboard. And I need to go to KY section, tonight's section. You need to go to web links. Go to the bottom of the list. Right. This is where I want to insert it. Now I want to go to web link. Wait for the insertion. Go to the description. I want to paste. Not here. Go to my text. I'm going to go to my text here. Go to the bottom. With my ERP. This is what I want. Paste where it says URL. And also I want to say, what is ERP? So how was it to take an online class, Daniel? An online test?
For the test, since he just put the tests in the same place where we take the homework, and it was basically like doing one of the homework assignments.
Mm-hmm.
And he just had
And it was multiple choice? It was open-ended? What kind of
Multiple choice.
multiple multiple choice? And it was just, and how much was it timed?
He gave 2 hours because of possible connection issues and other situations.
Mm-hmm. And how did you like it without the, what were your impressions of it? What were the pros and the cons?
So I had taken a test like that before in another class last semester, so because we did our tests in the lab,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't very different.
And what was it, how was it different than taking it in the lab and doing it on your own?
Not very different, actually, because I also have a Windows computer, so.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it was not anything that was different in it.
But it was probably different for people who take it on Apple.
Okay. So I understand. So let me bring up this list. And okay, I think we're set. Let me stop sharing. And then I see everybody here, right? People are coming in. Okay, I like your background, Daniel. Where's that coming from?
It's from my gallery. I downloaded it from the internet. I'm in front of a wall right now, so and the wall is pretty close to green,
Uh-huh.
so I think that's why.
I like it. It's very nice. It's attractive. Very nice. Okay, so we're getting, we'll see who we have here. So Peter, how are you? Do you hear me, Peter? Peter's looking. Grace, do you hear me?
Yes, I do.
Okay, how's it going, Grace? You figure everything out?
Good, how are you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't hear my mic work.
Yeah, things are working. So what questions do you have, Grace?
I'm good. I just was having trouble getting the website up on the audit, but I got it.
You got it, good. Everything it takes some time, and once you get it, you get it. And then we help each other. This way we can help each other, so we're learning on it. Natika, how are you? You were asking me some questions. Did you get it published?
Yeah, I got it.
You
Right.
need to publish a URL for Zoom on the cycle. You forgot.
Oh, I forgot. Let me just publish something. Hold on, guys. Talk among yourself. Okay, great. So I had to publish my Zoom so people wanted to be part of this. Okay, we got the whole crew here. So what happened, Avner? I thought you had class, no?
Yeah, my professor actually canceled class for the rest of the semester. We just have to turn in assignments, so I got lucky.
Wow. Wow, I should be so lucky. I wouldn't cancel because I love being with you guys too much. What else would I do on a Tuesday night and a Wednesday night and a Monday night, right? So that's it, right? So,
A little less work to worry about. So.
right, no, it's good. You know, crazy, but we have a lot of good things to do tonight. Okay, so we got everybody. We're bringing them in. I apologize for the meetings that, let me just hide this so I can see. I apologize that we had to change nights, but I didn't want to, I'm different. I didn't want to cancel tomorrow and not to be able to see you since we don't have a lot of time together. So I wanted to make sure that we could see each other and everything would be all right. Any questions before I begin? Everybody's coming in a little bit, I think a little bit late. What I suggest you do, I'm recording through Zoom. I'm trying also to record via YouTube. We'll see whether all these recordings will work. Just so you know, Zoom also can do what we call local recording for the free version. We here have, at the university, they've ordered the professional version. So we have the professional version that allows us with Zoom to record locally and in the cloud. So what's the difference? Riley, what's the difference? Between, what do you think the difference is when Zoom says you can record locally or you can record in the cloud?
I'm not really sure.
But think, I know none of us are really sure about anything, right? So think about it, right? What do you think it means Zoom says, I give the user permission to record, it's an either or, locally or in the cloud when they have a professional license. And if you have a free license, Zoom allows you only to record locally. So guess. And if you're not sure, I'll give you the answer. But I want you to think.
Is it in the cloud?
They say that one version is in the cloud and one version says locally. What's the difference? And who cares?
In the cloud? Can they see everyone?
No, both record the entire session. There's no difference in what anyone can see, but what's the difference? They're going to tell me at the end, I'm recording this session now, and I decided to record what they said in the cloud. Any other ideas? Alana, what do you think? Alana, did you hear the question?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Repeat the question, because I'm not sure. A lot of times when I get to see you physically, my voice carries. I don't know how my voice carries over the internet. So repeat. My difference is Zoom. Write it down. Zoom. This is good for a test question. Zoom says it records locally versus records in the cloud. So repeat the question. So I'm sure that at least you can understand. Alana.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question.
Okay.
You're asking if it uploads to the cloud?
Right. The recording is done. So let me tell you, in Zoom, the recording is basically done in the cloud. They record my session, they record everything that's happening in the screen, and then they encode it, they upload it from my screen, they upload it to their servers, and they call it in the cloud. It's basically, it's not saved on my machine. Do you understand? So the recording is saved on their servers. It's encoded on their servers and it's saved on their computers. And when they finish encoding, they send me an email. Let me do this. Let me share my screen. They'll send me, you see my screen? Let me just go to my email. And let me say here, Zoom, let's see. Let me show you one of my Zoom recordings. And it says, can you read this? Can you guys read it? Alana, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, everybody see it? It says, hi, Dr. S. Rush, your cloud recording is now available. For hosts only, click here, share recording with viewers, and it gets me https miami.zoom and the recording. This link goes to which computer? Their computer, somewhere where it's hosted in the cloud. I also have an option to record so that's recording in the cloud. And they also give me an option to record locally. And what does locally mean? What does locally then mean? Any ideas from the class? What do you think locally then means? Avner, what do you think locally means? It's on my computer. So what's the advantage? The advantage is I have the recording. I can pass it on to anyone I want. What's the disadvantage?
It takes up storage on your device.
It takes up storage on my device, and then what do I have to do? I have to upload it. I have to pass it on. I have to put it on my Google Drive. I have to upload it to my YouTube channel. I have to upload it to Blackboard. So what I decided to do was to do cloud recording. They encode it. They store it on their computer, Zoom. Give me a link, and what do I do? How do I share it with you? Instead of, do I have to upload it? No. They've already, it's on their server. All I have to do is give you a link. You got it, Avner? So all I'm doing is giving them a link, and that's how it is. So that's the difference between cloud versus local. A lot of times local, another word for local is on-premise. Remember I used that term before, Avner, when I said on-premise. On-premise is like locally. It's stored in my hard drive. It's stored on my storage. It'll be stored somewhere, and for me to do it, I have to take that file and upload it somewhere. It's more steps on my part, but I have more control. So if Zoom servers are down, like in this internet, they're getting so much traffic, Zoom now. Let's say their servers were down. I don't get access to my recording. There's pros and cons. But a lot of things now are going what? Towards the cloud. Because they say, hey, we're now in, I don't need to have an IT staff. Let Zoom take care of the IT staff. I don't have to buy extra storage space because Zoom will take care of the storage space. But why are they doing that? Because the university has bought their professional license. If you go, you can do Zoom also free. When you use Zoom free, they say, we don't want to spend, since we're giving it to you free, we don't want to spend storage space on our servers. You go and store it on your own. And you can upload it later on to Box, to Google Drive, to OneDrive from Microsoft. You got it, Avner? So I want you to understand the concepts, not just, Whether the answer is A, B, C, or D, who cares? What I want you to do is that you can speak intelligently, and then you can use it for your future endeavors. You can give it for your consulting. You can help people make the differences. And most of the software that you're using now is what? Basically in the cloud. You use email? Email is what? Cloud, right? You're using Instagram. What is it? Cloud. Facebook is cloud. All social media is cloud. Very few things, even Office, right? Office can be what? Office can be that you download the software to your laptop, but mostly you can also use Office in the cloud.
Yeah, like OneDrive.
Like OneDrive, exactly. You got it. Right on. You just need, you guys know it already, but you just don't know the terms they use. You got it? And now you're going to be able to speak intelligently using the right terminology. Okay, we're getting there with a number of our folks. Some people told me they had a conflict. So I'm recording this session. Probably by the end of the evening or tomorrow morning, I'll get the link and I'll post it in our course documents. Let me show you where I'll post it in our course documents under recordings. So you'll see it. Some of you can review. You don't have to, the beauty here is you don't have to review the entire lesson or the entire time together. You can just take parts of it. And you can see parts of it that you'll have. Okay, questions. So let's do this. Let me talk about what we're going to cover tonight. What are our plans? What's going on? And I'll give you assignments. And we'll work it out with a number of assignments. And we have we'll wait for a couple of more people to enter. So today I'm doing it on Tuesday rather than on Wednesday, so tomorrow we will not have formal classes, but let me stress to all of you, since we're on special times, we're in a special situation around the world, I am open to you. Anytime that you need me, send me an email and we will work out. Either I'll respond via email, sometimes that's enough. If we need to talk on Zoom, we can speak on Zoom, we can speak any way you can. I'm part of everybody's group, and what my goal is twofold. One is to have you succeed, and number two is to impart skills and knowledge that you will need in the future. And as I mentioned before, it was what I called BC, before Corona, and AC is after Corona, and this will change our world. The virus will basically go down the curve, and hopefully sooner than later, but our world is going to be changing. And what I can say, if you go to web links here, you can see here the implication of coronavirus and tech. And let me open it in a new tab. You'll be able to see that it's going to be the implications of this coronavirus will change the way we are going to work in the future. Forever. The only difference, remember I was in class and I always said we need to disrupt education. Why are we all sitting here crammed up in the lab? You remember I used to say that? Why am I recording? You all remember I used to say that. And one of the things is we need to be disrupted. There were blocks, there were basically a number of barriers among people and technology that prevented this from happening. And in a couple of weeks, you saw how it changed the whole world. This institution was not the only institution, right, that went online. The whole world went online immediately. The top universities, the middle-tier universities, elementary schools, right, high schools, everyone went online. And it basically said, hey, now that we're going to get out of this, is how are we going to work differently? So we will be working differently to get online. So this article here on the implications of the coronavirus and tech here is that they're anticipating, and that's my opinion too, that big tech will emerge even stronger than ever. And the implications are for cloud computing. So that idea of cloud computing is what? That I'm able, think about it, to get all my services on demand. If I'm going to grow, I'm going to start having a new business, I'm going to start off with small or less demand, and then when I grow, I don't have to buy hardware all the time. I don't have to add thousands of people in my IT team. I can get it via the cloud. So that is the case. So as this is coming, I'm having a slow internet. I can see this. Let me just close this one. And let me just close a couple of these. I don't need this as well, so I can do this. So let me go back to what I want. Okay, let me just start with this. So tonight I'm going to talk about web development. I'm going to be looking at all your websites via Wix and giving you feedback. I'm part of everybody's group, and I have a responsibility to make suggestions to each of your groups and each of your projects, since I'm a group member as well. So I'm going to be looking at it, and when I'm critiquing and giving feedback to one of the groups, I'd like you all to note it, because there's a general principle behind it. So we're going to do web development. I'm going to be talking about artificial intelligence and the way that artificial intelligence is different than traditional computing. Traditional computing, everybody knows a spreadsheet, right? And if I know a spreadsheet, right, in a spreadsheet, I keep on running the same formula. If I run the same formula each time, am I going to get this, with the same data, am I going to get the same results? Everybody understand the question I ask? Timothy, are you there? Tim? Okay, did you hear my question? If I have a formula in a spreadsheet and I run the formula, I calculate the formula with the same data 20 times, am I going to get each time am I going to get the same answer? Why not? I'm saying I'm using the same numbers.
Oh, then you'll get the same answer.
Same answers. In artificial intelligence, what it's different than traditional computing is that it tries, when it has errors, to correct itself. So it may be, as I'm running models, it tries to improve. So you see things like now the coronavirus, they're saying, have we plateaued in the virus? Everybody listening about the virus, and they're saying we have to keep on changing our models. Why are the models changing? Because they're getting more data, and they're trying each time to correct and get closer to better predictions. So that's part of artificial intelligence. We'll also talk about something called ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. And I want to make sure, let me do this, let me do some housekeeping, and let me go to assignments. Let me go all the way up here. Let me go to assignments. And in assignments, there's a couple of things. Chapter 12 those of you that did not get the Respondus Blackboard lockdown browser working, I would like you this week to try it again. Remove all. Did anyone not have problems with it, issues?
I had a problem.
Who's that?
Seth.
Seth, okay. Did you copy the screen? Did you take a screenshot? Seth.
Oh, no, I forgot to. But
Okay.
I said I need to enter a password and I didn't.
Okay, so what you have to do first is you don't need a password. First, go ahead and make sure everything is removed and just download the Respondus browser and run it again. And take a screenshot when you're having the issue.
Wait, we don't need a password?
No, you shouldn't need a password. So get in your group and find someone that it worked for and work with them. You need to download this right here, this URL, have it on your machine, remove everything from memory, and that be the only software running, and just click on that and see if it works. And if it doesn't work, take a screenshot and try to do this, not even try, do this before next Monday. And if you have issues with it, send me, email me your screenshot. Everybody clear? Brad, for next week, okay? Great.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure. The other thing that I want to make sure is we have ERP. Let me make this available to you. So this is available. This is going to be due before class next Wednesday. So I'm going to edit the test options. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to make the quiz available, of course. I'm going to add to the new assignment. I'll keep it on 2 attempts. By the way, that chapter 12, I made it on unlimited attempts because I'm just trying to test out that lockdown browser. I'm not putting in a password. And now I'm going to submit. And what you have to tell me is if you see it. Okay, so Philip, do you see it?
Yeah, that worked.
Perfect. So we got it. It worked. Everybody has to help each other, and more so in this next month with me. We have to work with each other and lift each other up. That's
Frameworks, guys. Come on.
Okay. So,
Love that.
all right, and don't forget to turn off your mics if there's things that are behind. Okay, so I have this, and now what else I'm going to cover today? I want to talk about some other things. So I want this done for when chapter 10 is due the next class. And let me just see here on the week here, that's on the 15th. Great. So this is what's going to happen. Next week, next Wednesday, we're going to have 2 representatives, not 1, but 2 representatives from Wix come to our session. We've already met Caitlin, and she is going to have accompanying with her the major tech support person from Wix. This woman, her name is Samantha, and she's located in Miami Beach, which is really nice that it's close to us. I visited their office last year. They have a really nice office right next to Lincoln Road, right next to the Apple Store. Those of you familiar with the Apple Store on Lincoln Road, they're right there. They have some nice digs there in office space in Miami Beach. So she specializes in search engine optimization, in domain names, how to be seen on the web. So for next week, what I'd like you to do is to try to upgrade to the VIP plan and try to create a domain name that really makes sense. And I'll go through your sites now, but domain names, spend some time on it. For us, domain names are going to be for a year free. I've had students in the past that had such good domain names that they sold them. You get, even if you don't do anything with your website after the class, you have ownership of your domain name for a year. If you want, you can renew that domain name and just have the domain name be renewed. And students in the past, I've had one student in the past, they sold their domain name for $16,000. They didn't. That's a pretty good investment. They got it for free, and then they sold it for $16,000. It's a legitimate sale because it's registered in your name, this domain name, for a year. I had another student that was many years ago. They sold it for $1 million, and I had one just in January. They told me they sold streaming.org to Amazon for $700,000. They said they probably could have gotten more, but the money looked too good. So Amazon bought streaming. You know, everybody's into streaming, buy it. So what I do is think about getting good domain names. And let me just check here. So they're coming on the 15th of April. On the 29th of April, I want each group to give a presentation, a short presentation, about 10 minutes, on your business proposal and model. And we'll go over what's going to be included on it. But it's going to be, of course, you can do some kind of PowerPoint, some type of presentation, answering all those questions that we had before, have links to your website, and talk about what do you think about in the future. We have that on the 29th. So we have,
Miss, is it a free domain name?
you get a free domain name when you upgrade, right, when you use the code. Pretty nice, huh? So where do you get it? Let me just, Riley, nice idea that you asked me. So in this case, Riley, what we're going to do, I'll show you where it is. Go to Course Documents in Blackboard.
Yeah.
And under Course Documents, go to PowerPoint, PPT. You see that, Riley?
Yeah.
My computer's maybe slower now since I'm running a lot of things. And you'll see at the bottom, you'll see a couple of things. Thanks for reminding me, Riley. Extra credit for reminding me, okay? So anyways, in this case, it's business tech.
On that extra credit.
Right, extra credit. All of a sudden, Brad woke up. You need those extra credit points, okay? So anyways, we have here, you see here, Miami Biz Tech Wix promo code PPTX. Remember when Caitlin came here last time, this is her PowerPoints. This is her PowerPoints, and this is the code for 1 year domain name, and you should upgrade to the VIP plan. When you upgrade to the VIP plan, don't forget to apply the promo code. And the promo code is this.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
My pleasure. And then there's Wix SEO guidelines. This is what we're going to be talking about next week.
Thanks.
And then this is also here, the promo code. This is in March, just here last week. This is her PDF of what she gave last time. Here's the promo code again. Here's how, and if you're not sure how do I upgrade, here's a PDF of how do I upgrade for that 1 year. Upgrade and how to use our 1 year free code. PDF.
What is it under? What is something
What is what?
in Blackboard? What is this under?
It's under a PPT. Perfect. Ask questions. Thank you.
PPT?
Yeah,
Is that PPT? Yeah. Okay, thank you.
PPT. It's where you get your PowerPoints. It's just right there at the bottom. Okay? And then another part is this is called Wix Basic Certification Requirements. At the end of this course, Wix will allow you to submit your website that you've designed, and if it meets their qualifications, and usually it does if I've given you feedback in a proper way, you will get from Wix a certification of a Wix basic certification. So, if you want to, then can you, so we're hearing things in the background from people's houses. So if you want to,
Yes, sir.
please, you want to turn off your mics then, because we're hearing background noise. And just put your mics on when you want to say something.
Ari, is that you?
Okay, please, so. All right, so if you want to speak, just turn on your mics there. So you'll get the Wix basic certification requirements.
Dr. Rush,
Yes.
have a lot of your students in the past gotten certified? Just in, like, office?
Some have.
Okay. So just, yeah, it's just about making sure.
But it was because they didn't take the initiative. But you know what I would do now? Especially with this whole environment, the more certificates you get, the better you're off.
Right.
So I would take it, and guess how much it costs? Free. A lot of times certifications, you have to pay for the certifications.
Right. But this is free. Okay.
This is free from Wix, but it's only from my class. You know,
Right.
so you
Oh.
just, so they're giving that,
What's the money?
pardon?
Free.
Free for us.
That sounds good.
Right, sounds even better. We're getting so much free. I sound like an infomercial, don't I?
Yeah.
Right.
Everything at UM is free.
All right. Well, we paid a price, but not everything is free. But in my course, I feel like you guys deserve it, so I try to scuttle up and try to find free deals. So in this case, that's why it's so wonderful. I've created a relationship with Wix, and I've done it before in the past with other vendors, with Google and Microsoft. So I went out to Wix and I said, what can you provide our students? Because if once you know that well, you can be ambassadors for them. It's great. It's great because once you go out, people are saying, "Oh, I really like your website. What should we use for our website? Do you know anything? Here already you can have these requirements." So we'll talk about it. And next week, remind me. Even you can ask Caitlin. She'll be in our class. Ask her what does it take for us to apply for the certification. So remind us that we'll go through that. So I just want to make sure we'll also do Google Analytics, and we'll see from there. Any questions?
Yeah, Dr. Raj.
Yes.
So the domain is completely free if we do it through school?
Through our account using the promo code when we upgrade.
Okay. What the promo code is that backer?
What?
Is that backer? The promo code.
I heard, is it what?
Backer.
Did anybody understand him? I didn't understand. It's what?
God, what are you saying?
What are you saying? Speak up, dude.
Is it Becker? The code like Becker?
No, that's not a word. Yo, spell it out, man.
It's like a phrase. Like Becker.
I'm not familiar with the phrase. What does it mean?
Okay. Well,
Okay.
Thank you. What's up, yeah?
Okay. Okay, so let's do this. Let me go back to Blackboard on the top, guys. Let me go to attendance. Folks, can you be so kind and mute yourselves? Let's take attendance now. Here's the code here for attendance. Go into Blackboard in the attendance, and you see the code there. I'll just do attendance and take the attendance. I'll give you a few seconds to put that in. Okay, everybody see that? Anyone not put that in? Any problems? I'm going to move on. Okay, so if you didn't get it in, you can write it down and then put it in your PowerPoint for attendance so we could take attendance as we go through it. Okay? That's number one. Number two, these are in the PPT, so you'll get all those slides from Wix with the promo codes and with what you need to do for the certification. So for next week homework, Philip, are you there? Okay, good, Philip. So what I'd like you to do, Philip, is you can jot this down, that one of the things that I want is for you guys to download then those last three.
I can't hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Folks, can you please shut down your mics if you're not speaking? So in this case, if you look at it, you can see here that this is the promo code. People need to upgrade then to the VIP plan and for the 1-year domain name. And also here you can see how to do that, 1-year free code, and also download the PDF of the Wix Basic certification requirements, what you need to get certified. So I'd like for the last week for everyone to apply for the certification. That's number one. Number two, on the PowerPoints, let me go back. On the PowerPoints, what we have is we have something called ERP. And ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning.
What's the code?
The code of what?
The attendance?
Of what? The code of the what?
Attendance.
Oh, the code? I had it up there. Let me see here. It's right here. You see it? You see my screen?
Beautiful.
Perfect. So, there's something called Enterprise Resource Planning. Now, if I go to web links, everybody go to web links. In web links, if you go all the way to the end,
Diabetes? How should we get diabetes?
excuse me,
Oh,
do you want to put your mic?
shoot, sorry.
We don't need to hear your conversations, do we? So in this case here, we have is what is ERP?
Hey, miss. I just noticed that there's another one of me. I think someone's impersonating me.
Okay. Well, then just shut down the mics.
Miss, but he's in the car. He's not in our class.
Okay.
I think we should kick him.
So in this case here, under what is ERP and why is it used in a company, I'd like you to read this article. Basically, what ERP does then, it allows a business to be integrated. The most popular ERP system that we're using at the university is called Workday. Workday allows one, and if someone works at the university, they put in their payroll, what allows someone to do business planning, to do financial management, human capital, which is basically we think about HR or human resources. We're allowed to do analytics and students. So basically, if you thought about the university now with this virus, if I think about it, what's happening for business planning is, do they really know what's going to happen in the fall semester? Are we completely confident of what's going to happen in the fall semester? They don't. So one of the things is they need to think about planning. Do they know in terms of what's going to be happening with accounting? What's going to be happening with what about staff? Are they going to have to lay off staff? What type of faculty are they now going to have to hire? They're probably going to have to hire faculty that knows how to use online learning and have those capabilities, because there may be what? In the future, there may be a hurricane. There may be other disruptions to the calendar year. And we'll be able to do some type of forecasting or budgeting. So this is the ERP systems. So let's do this now. Let's go to the audit area. So for next week, do the quiz for ERP. Read this article, which is what on ERP, and know what the types of ERP are. When does a business need an ERP system, and how are you going to improve their business? And now let's go to the audit area. So everybody go to the blackboard. KY, audit, course documents, and let's start off with group one. Is Blake, Jake, Jesse, and Dylan here?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to run, hello? Good. So let's see, I want to do it in the new tab. Let's run it. Let's see what we can get. Okay, so who wants to talk about this? Stream to Meet.
I can give it a go.
Okay, give it a go.
So Stream to Meet, the idea behind it was we wanted fans who listen to a lot of music to be able to benefit from it.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously fans who listen to like the most of one artist are going to be the biggest fans of that artist, and sometimes it's hard to reward them just based off of numbers. So we came up with this idea that would track a fan's either Spotify or Apple Music or Tidal or whatever streaming service they use to see who was the most artists, and then be able to reward them with either like free tickets to their concerts or meet and greets or merchandise if an artist so decided to partner with us. So that was kind of just.
And who is your closest competitor?
I would say almost like radio stations or things of that sense, because there aren't things that use actual analytics to reward fans, but things just like giveaways or radio stations, places like Ticketmaster, StubHub, things like that,
Okay.
where they have other access to it. But it's just a new concept.
Okay, and the stream to meet, did you upgrade to get this domain name?
Yes.
Okay, so great. So from the other groups, if you can see then this group of group one, if you have questions about it, they already have, and it's a good name. I'm even thinking, even if you don't continue with this is a good name to sell. There's sites where you can put your domains up and see what you can get. You don't have to give it away right away, but see. It may be if you don't want to continue with this. I like the name. And it's easy. It's an easy spell. Stream to meet. Okay, so I got home here. Learn more, the changes, featured artists.
Yeah, so we just put a couple artists that, like, if they did potentially connect with us, there's a hyperlink to Spotify so you could access their music, and then if we like partner with Justin Bieber per se, there's a list of his upcoming tours so fans can see what he's doing and how to access that.
Okay, so from what I would do then for next week, first of all, and contact us, I would change then the California, this is coming from Wix, right? I would change this.
Yeah, we'll change that.
And then I would do, if you have then the Facebook, then the Twitter and the LinkedIn, create then these social media sites too.
Okay.
Okay, so write that down, put it in your notes then of what needs to be done then for next week. I would add then the Facebook, the Twitter, and the LinkedIn since you have it. And then about more to stream here and meet our team, okay? I like your descriptions of your group. Everybody see that rather than just saying it doesn't look like it's just a university class project, but rather it looks professional, and saying what you do first rather than what you're studying. You do this on the side, right? But I like it that here Jake is essential part. He's been to stream since the beginning. Right, and currently, basically, I would even say in essential, maybe in Jake, what are you doing? Give yourself credit, Jake. And what will you be doing for the project? What will you be doing for the company? Rather than he's essential part, what is he doing? Did you hear that, Jake?
Yeah, that description it started off as like a generic.
Okay, so change it. That's why we want to do it. But I'm just saying for each, and when I'm telling it in this group, I'm telling it really to the whole class. That when you do it, put your pictures there that are great, but make it active that somebody would want to say, hey, I want to hire them, or I want them to work for me. And we have the same thing here. And what about here? This manager, what are we doing here? With Chris?
Yeah, she's from the template.
That was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, well, always put customers first. So, right. I was going to say, who is that? You picked up already. You guys you're so industrious. You picked up already employees. Okay, and then Alex, and then Matt. So let's change.
All of those. I don't know
Right.
why they didn't look
Okay, all right. You're such a big company. You already got a whole crew. Okay, so the about needs to be done here. The artists, and maybe even we can do some music or something. Do you have any music?
If you hit the artist tab has a bunch of music linked to it.
Oh, okay, so you can do these and contact. Okay, so what are we going to do for next week?
Make our socials and
Yeah, and fix all the other things and take out the part. But it looks good. It's a good start from last weekend, and you've already uploaded for your domain name. And then you can start thinking about how we're going to promote it, and that's what we're going to work on next week. Perfect. Okay? So that's great. So when I'm even working with one group, what I want to show you is that it's going to be set. So what's with 11A? Peter, Justin, and Daniel, what happened to your site? Has to be up here. Are you guys there?
Wait, what do you mean? What happened?
Happened. You see here in group one, everybody has their.
Just click the folder.
Well, put it up here. I'll come back to you.
Okay.
Don't click the folder. That's why we want to do it. We want to follow. And the same one, everybody sees it. If you don't have it now, put it up now. That's the beauty. You have the audit area. You can do that while you're sitting there. Okay. So in this case, Alexandra, Tomer, and May. Okay. So let's open up a new tab. Let's see what we got here. So they haven't upgraded. We can see there. But they'll work on that. And sometimes you can work on you don't have to upgrade for the first week, but we definitely want to do it later on. We want to upgrade. While this is loading, you can see here my what's going on here? Why is this taking so long? Okay, welcome to Two Door. Okay. And whose is this?
This is me and Alex's, but she's in a different class right now.
Okay, that's fine. And you'll let her know, right?
Yeah.
What we're doing. Everything, we're playing on the spot. I have no contentions about that, right? When we have other classes, they go first, right? Since I changed it. Okay, and we used here then Two Door. That's like a play on words.
Yeah, we're just playing on the word tutor.
Okay, virtual peer-to-peer tutoring sessions. Find your tutor now. So how are you different than any? So what are you going to say? How are you different than any other tutoring? There's plenty of tutors. How are you different?
So we're basically going to certify that the tutor's from the exact same school as the person that wants to have a session, and they've taken like the actual class with that of that subject also.
And that you think that's so vital?
Because usually sometimes there can be a little bit of a learning curve with tutors because they'll be teaching you the subject, but it's like you're not really getting it because they haven't taken the exact same course.
They can give you kind of like tips and tricks of passing the course.
Right. Exactly.
And I know what type of exams this instructor gives, kind of giving you the tips like that.
Right. Well, yeah. Probably.
I don't know. Okay. And then why use it? Support we offer. How are you giving 24/7 support?
We're probably gonna have because we're gonna have people probably from all over the world.
But if they're all over the world, how are they gonna know then the university?
Well, kids from the university.
But they're all over the world. That's gonna.
Right.
It seems like it's gonna. To me, that seems like it's gonna restrict you a lot.
Right.
Maybe we should rethink that. Is a possibility. I would make it even virtual peer-to-peer is good, but the idea is I may not maybe give a choice if I need somebody that took my class. Maybe I'm just having problems with differential equations, or I'm having problems with a certain topic in physics. And I don't need that, or I'm having problems understanding break-even point in accounting.
Right.
So maybe from the same university, desired maybe have a choice or other that allow you to be outside that. I don't know. Think about it.
Right.
Okay, comfortability, flexibility, With tutor, you work with someone close to your age so you feel more comfortable in your sessions. You can make sessions, and so they're my peer, and I tutor them. Building and certification, we will certify that our tutors make sure that they've taken the course, that you will need assistance. It's not, I would say it's not so much that certification that they just took the course, but they know the material.
Right. Yeah.
We got a lot of people in our class, right? Which I'm not sure I would say that every person that's taken our class just because they took a course, or it qualifies them. Become an expert in the course become an expert in the course you once had trouble in, and you may even become a tutor yourself. Okay. And how am I going to do that? See pricing?
Yeah, we need to still work on
Yeah.
those things. We basically just did the about and contact.
Yeah, no, you got to start.
Yeah.
And how are they going to see them virtually? So what I would add, since we need to do, what I would add is I would add examples of what the tutoring session's going to be. So write it down, okay? One is I would add some examples. Maybe you can even do some videos. Maybe you can do some things, even do like a screen cast of doing like a Zoom session.
Yeah.
Where you're going to do like peer-to-peer. Then you also may want to do, is it only virtual?
For now, just because of the virus, but the future plans were going to be that.
Okay, so you can say for now we're going to do virtual, and then maybe you can even say the virus isn't going to be forever, right? So it may be the idea, you can even give a choice, virtual, or there may be that, for instance, one peer can see another, and then two other people can physically, they can meet in the library, and two others can come in remotely.
Right.
So I would add that of how you're going to be doing this different. So one is I would add some examples of what is a session.
Right. Okay.
And two, I would take it more just because you were in a class. I don't necessarily think it makes such a good tutor, but that you really succeeded well. I wouldn't emphasize so much if you had so much trouble in it. In some ways, maybe there can be two people, maybe one that had troubles that can explain well, and maybe what you can do in this case is show what does it take to be a tutor. One of the things is they have to submit a video on how they explain, take a 3-minute video to upload how you explain a certain topic.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you can give that as an example and show an example, even a 60-second video. Show me how you explain how you are a good tutor. Because how are you going to tell whether they're good or not?
Right.
How are you going to tell if you have hundreds? How are you going to even certify that? Just because they took a course, and even if they got an A in it, right? Maybe they don't explain well. And then there may be some kind of rating scheme on tutors. There may be in a way that groups can get a reduced rate. So if there's let's say you can gather, I'm taking a chemistry course. I have a group of students that may decide we want to take it together as a group rate.
That makes it good.
Okay? So get that done, and then start looking for website names.
Right.
Okay? And we'll look at it and upload do the edit and publish again. And then when you get the new website with the domain name, put it back in.
All right. Perfect. Thank you.
My pleasure, as usual. Okay, what else do I have here? Group. My dorm form. You guys here?
Yeah.
Okay. So how are you doing, Philip?
Good. We made some changes based on what you sent. Seth.
Yeah, but do you understand what I was? The whole idea here is I don't want this to look so much, this is a university class assignment. I want it to look like this is a professional site that either when you go to an interview, you can say, hey, this is my site, go to it. You can make a link. Number two, you may want to pursue something like this in the future. So let's see here's my dorm form. Okay, much better. You understand? The only thing that I don't like about it, you see how I can't read it because it's black on black. The furniture, you can move it up or something, but right when I see it right there, maybe if you can lift it up or something.
Yeah, we'll see.
You know what I mean? Because I can see it later on, but you put the onus on and then even when I put it up, the plant gets in the way. But it looks like a nice room. But is this what my dorm room's going to look like? Pretty nifty, I guess. Maybe the new dorms will look like that, huh? Okay, we understand how move-in can be. You design it, and okay, much better. I don't need to hear the University of Miami and so forth. Perfect. Okay, very nice. Everybody see that? But just somehow get this that I don't have to start scrolling. But it looks good. And then you got your dorm form. You got it, so you upgrade it. Good. And then we got yeah. And then about same kind of thing. This starts getting too, see, again, I keep on having to, I don't know why it comes up, as soon as I come up on this furniture kind of thing, it gets a little bit. Dorm, after college, and we were aware of our team.
It doesn't look like that on ours.
Really? Okay, but
Yeah,
anyways, and see also how it looks on the phones, too. Everybody's required in terms of you want to be able to show it on the phones. Okay? It's a little bit, I would make it in a little bit, for my taste, too much reading. Isn't it? I don't know. After taking or make it bullets or something, it looks like way too much. Wow. And then here, dreams, I don't know about it. It's my screen, and let's take care of the rest. It's right there on the windows. Okay. You guys look good. Philip, you got that look, the artist look. Good picture. And Riley is dressed up with his corsage. He's ready to go to prom. It looks good. Okay. So in this case, website design. We got a lot of website designers and CEO. Okay. Maybe also I would put here for task here that everybody isn't just a website designer, but maybe here marketing or analytics. Riley, aren't you with analytics?
Yes.
Yeah, so I would do SEO, website analytics. Right, use your strength, right? And in this case. So, and I wouldn't put so much here about I'm undecided on my major. You got it, Seth? Even though you don't have to say you're undecided. Basically, you're exploring something like that. I wouldn't say undecided. You can tell me you're undecided. Okay, but make it like positive. Undecided means, oh God, the guy doesn't know what he wants. To me, I think it's great that you're undecided because you're not going to be pushed into a category. You know what I mean? But put it as more positive. But no, I think it's good. I'm a double major. My hobbies include, okay. But I would put more on what I would also put an emphasis. This is for everybody in your team. What are you doing for the company? Even though you're founder and thing, and I would take away, I'm double majoring in accounting and finance, and I guess hobbies are good, but I would be more, you're go-getting, what are you doing for the company? Because when it says I'm double majoring in finance and accounting, it sounds like it sounds like a class project. Everybody with me? You can kind of say, my specialties are accounting and business analytics. That's what I would do. And then in Seth and Harry, I would put something that you really like or you're passionate about, rather than undecided my major. Nobody cares really what your major is, unless you're basically, I care about what you're going to do for me. You could be an art major, right? You can be, I told you, those guys from Ninja Trader, you all thought they were going to be finance majors. They were music majors. What they ended up having was a product, right? Bill Gates and, and Facebook CEOs, they didn't get past freshman year. Nobody's saying that they didn't graduate. What are you going to do? Everybody with me on this project? I want you guys to use it. You got it? I don't want this to be your project. Everybody think about it. Your projects are going to be, how is this going to lift you out? How is it going to be expanding your horizons? Not this was another paper I had to do for a class. Everybody with me? Okay, great. And I'm using you guys for everybody else, the exact same thing. So services, but it's nice. The shading is nice. It's just somehow we got to, okay, and then that will end up doing, right? And then how are you going to show what you're going to do? Are you there, Philip? And
Yeah, the last 3 aren't done yet.
okay, but that's where it's going to be harder to figure out is how are you going to do, what's the process for this? I think that's your hard thing. You got the shape and you got a good name and you got your good looking guides, but besides that, what am I supposed to be doing here? Are you going to be shopping for me? Are you going to be planning for me? Or am I going to be, are you hooking me up with my roommate? Because it's complicated what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's my only problem with your, because you want to go down to the nitty gritty, don't you? Of really matching somebody with their exact roommate. Is that what it
No,
was?
we're not doing that.
Oh no! What do you? I'm going to tell you my floor plan, or what am I going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, somehow you got to figure that out and make it that it's not so, almost you need like CAD CAM or some of those software where you can kind of move around your furniture or something. There's like software out there that you can do. That's the hard part of your guys. And then if you do that, another note. This is for everybody. Put a note for each group is, do 2 to 3 social media. You get those as part of the Wix. Is fill them up. Don't leave them that you're advertising Facebook, Wix, because by default they have it going to Facebook. To Facebook. Why am I saying Facebook? They have it going to Wix. Okay, but you got a nice beginning. So work on this. This is what I want you to spend time on. Perfect. Group 5. What's up? Tim, Corby, and Christian. I don't see the link. Are you guys here?
Put it on. I can check.
You got to put it on. You know this. I don't have to tell you. You can look at that. So put it on. And I'll come back. Okay. Jesse, Katie, and Max, are you here?
Hi, yeah.
Okay.
I have to switch the domain to the premium one. I just haven't done that yet.
Okay, that's perfect. I don't care for right now. You know how to do it, right? I want to be able to see it. Whether it's there, you know how to do it. The main thing is for me to give you feedback already, Katie, so you can go on. Because I'm a part of everybody's group. What use am I if I don't give you feedback? And then you decide as a group how much you want to take out of that. You're the decision makers. But I'm part of I guess my role is advisor, mentor, advisor of the group. Okay, so tell me what this is. Okay.
So basically, it's similar to LinkedIn, but it's an online service that helps people find jobs and connect them with companies and hold interviews over platforms like Zoom and just utilizing the technology that we have to now. We have to adjust the front page. We haven't done it yet.
Okay, because this has to say it right here. Some kind of 1 sentence, 2 sentences that you grab, Katie, you grab me, and I know exactly what you're doing. right? You know that. Otherwise, nobody's going to move. Nobody is going to figure out. Nobody wants to read a lot of paragraphs. Tell me what you do. What is the problem and how are you solving it? Perfect. Okay? Because branding, content strategy, let's meet, book now. Okay. All right. Same things as I told everybody else. There's work, right? But we got the beginning.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work left. And then about, okay, and then I got the staff and the same things that we said before. You saw those guys, you do the same thing.
Okay,
Right.
just the individual like portions.
Yeah, just look at what I told what I told the last group, the dorm form, right? Discuss what is your founder and CEO. Everybody's founder and CEO, or we need to change this too of your roles. Everybody's not the CEO, right? And then what are you going to do for the company and things like that. That needs to be changed. And mainly thing is you need some essence here. What are you doing? And you have to show me what you're doing. You have to give me an examples of what you're doing.
Okay, got it.
And then if you're going to do some Zoom or something, show examples of how Zoom is working. Maybe take some screenshots, or you can even do some screencasting. You can put as examples of the three of you. What's it going to look like? We got work to do, but we got a beginning. Did that help?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Alana, make this, we need to make this linkable, right? Alana, you're here?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So we got to go in here. Mine is slower than yours, right? So you can do it. So I want to highlight this, right? I want to copy it, right? I want to link it. I don't need to do it for anyone else, right? I want to paste it and I want to insert it. And also, even if you keep it, Alana, you see how this says website? You can even right away go ahead and change this. You see how your URL?
I wasn't sure if I could change that.
Yes, you can. You can change this and make it what your program exactly is. Then once you have that, then you can upgrade to a domain name. But a website doesn't tell anything, right?
Okay.
That you can make a change already.
Yeah, I'm gonna change my domain.
Yeah, right. And that's not a big deal. Okay. So where are you? Stream we
Group 6B.
6B. You see anything that I tell anyone? Do you see that, Alana? When I tell anyone, is this it? 6B? Oh, and 6A. Yeah, that's the wrong one. Right. It's the one that says nothing. Website. Okay. But you'll fix it. Not a big deal. But at least we got something up. And I know it's harder, but now it's wonderful. We got Zoom. Use Zoom. You get free. Everybody knows that. You don't even have to use the free version. Use the universities. Use the Zoom Professional. Play around with it. Record your sessions. You know what I mean? Then you can basically figure out. Also, it's good to record your session. One is to show how everybody's been doing an excellent job, or, for the site. Okay, so what is this? So what's your site doing? What's your business?
We are the consulting company for Zoom that's giving clients resources on basically we're going to provide links to different websites that have resources to Zoom, as well as the top different consultants for Zoom.
Okay.
But we're also going to give our own blog posts and video recordings.
Perfect. Going to be a lot. I like it, Dr. Zoom. See if it's available, something like that. Or see versions of it, Dr. DR dash Zoom. And you can have different extensions. So you can have like .biz. Look on Wix. Google on Wix. Alana, do me a favor. Google on Wix, on Google, what domain names are available from Wix, and they'll give you a list. And it's like .biz, .com. There's a number of different ones. So if you're looking for a domain name and you don't find it on .com, try a different extension that they give you. And even if you don't want to do this, you want to be able to think, hey, we can sell it. Good idea, huh?
Yes.
So these are things. Okay, what we can do here at Zoom. This is a little bit too much. You know what I mean? Put them in bullets or something. Nobody wants to read so much. You know what I mean? And they want to see it, but we'll go. Okay, you guys look good. Same thing, right? You want to put a description. Make maybe your picture smaller. You know, first of all, we don't need to have. We want to crop it, right? We don't need to have all this. Right, Alana, we don't need to have all that. Right? You look good here. You chopped it off good. Here, we don't need to see the building and that. We want to see you. Right? And then put your descriptions of what you guys are, how dynamic you are, and what you're going to do, and what are your roles in the company. Right? Okay, I'm looking forward to see it. We can do a lot of things, and there's a lot of material now in Zoom. You can even do the parts. Will help you. And actually, and what I'd like you to do is really do parts that you can really learn Zoom. That it's not just a play date that you're doing this, that you actually can be the first consultants there. What I'd like you and you and Sophia to be able to do is actually get the skills and then show some of those, like little things that are difficult to do, that you're not sure. How do I do breakout groups? How do I share my screens? How do I take a poll? How do I manage participants? Remember in the beginning of the class, we had those guys talking and we had all that background, right? It gets annoying when you have a professional meeting, when you have everybody's living at home, right? And you get all the dogs and everything else barking.
Yeah.
You know, and your parents have the same problem, right? That they're now having to work at home. How do we give in a professional environment? How do I get a virtual background that they don't have to see all the babies running around, the dogs running around, people taking out the trash?
Yeah.
So I would give kind of our service, and then I would have like tips and tricks. And you and Sophia actually then show some of those tips and tricks. And you can use your screencasting program on top of Zoom.
Okay.
And then you can even try out, there's a part where you can do live on YouTube, do live on Facebook, show how that's done, and do like a little clip. So while you're doing Zoom, you can be live on Facebook or you can be live on YouTube. You can have your own channel.
Okay.
How's that sound?
That sounds good.
But I want my goal for your group is that you become semi-experts or experts on Zoom. That if a group of professionals say, hey, or instructors said, I have to teach a class on Zoom, you go, hey, these are the hard things that you're going to have to face. When you have students coming in, you're going to have to know how to mute them. When you have to break them up into groups, pre-assigned groups, this is how you do it. Let me show you. Take a couple of problems that you would have and think where you would want to emphasize. Do you want to emphasize education? Do you want to emphasize regular business? Or what's your major, Alana? Are you there, Alana?
I'm not sure right now. It was global business, but I think I'm going to be doing something else, maybe marketing.
Okay, so basically, how do you do marketing with Zoom? It's huge, right? And you think even after the virus, you got to get in touch with your clients, right? You got to get in touch with your customers. How big and even you may even do later on, you may even look at, they have Zoom webinars. And another thing is, what's the difference between a Zoom participation and a Zoom webinar? And there's so much information now out there. How do you, basically, your questions that you ask? Perfect. Okay, you got a lot of work, but I want it to be useful for you. Not only will you get a WIC certificate, you can get a Zoom certificate. And you can maybe even be a company giving out Zoom certificates. Okay?
All right, thank you.
My pleasure. Okay. Group 7, I don't see anything on something to do, so I'm skipping you until Group Sydney. You there? And Sarum, Guangdong? I don't see anything. Okay, Group 8. So who do we have here? Sheer and Grace and Carolyn and Reed. What's up? I think Reed. Anyone here for this group? Hi. Okay, good. So Kane's Consulting.
That's us.
That's you. Okay. So what do you think about a domain name? What do you want to use for a domain name? That too?
Yeah, so that's not our premium one.
I know. I could tell that because it says, BTE 21 website. Yeah, I can tell that. But what type of, what did we finally decide?
I don't think that we've gotten there yet.
Okay.
Caroline, are you there? Is it just me that's here?
No, wait, I'm here.
Who's here?
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was just.
Okay, sure. Okay, so what is this? What is CCC?
Oh, that's like, it's what our company stands for.
Okay, so the first thing I would do right there is what's missing? What is the problem? What are you solving? CCC, you understand? Nobody knows what CC is. Nobody cares about CCC. Later on you can put it like in a little logo maybe on the side or something. But this space right here should be what? What are you guys doing? What are you trying to solve? Because after this, I just say, I see customers, about, and contact.
We were struggling a little bit to like figure out how it worked, so we'll.
Okay, yeah, but you know it. I'm just giving you feedback, right? You know it, right? First, you got it up and running. That's something too, right? To figure it out. I'm just giving you ideas here. So what are we going to do here? So we're not doing the parking thing, right? What are we doing?
No.
Okay. So what are we doing?
We're helping retailers go switch to only online. So we will have like training programs and like subscription program, free videos, private counseling. Basically, whatever they need to get them kickstarted online and get them like out there.
Because here I'm seeing things about the problem we're attempting to solve is already long that clothing companies faced as it stands. Corona expedited. Okay, this needs. I'll have you work on this, right? All of this. It's not. Yeah. You guys need to work on it, right? Of basically succinctly what problem do you have? What am I solving? Right? And how am I? And what services are you going to give me? Anything else I can do here? And then it's called. And here all of a sudden I have clothing. Are we doing clothing?
It's consulting for like clothing company. Yeah.
That's what you're specializing in?
That's what the CCC. Yeah.
Okay. So just for clothing or for retailers? Is it for retail, bricks and mortars retail, getting them online? Is that what?
We were initially going to start small at UM, like even like the bookstore, let's say, and then we'll branch out into like more retailers, like clothing brands, clothing stores in Miami.
Okay. Let's talk offline about this, okay? Because we need to do some more work together, okay? But do another pass through with me and then contact me and we'll spend some time together getting this more succinct, okay?
Okay, perfect. All right.
Okay? And then you guys need to talk among yourselves and try to figure out exactly what are the services you're going to do. Even hone in on something. We'll talk about it. Okay? Contact me. Perfect. Okay. What's next? Where was that? That was Kane's Consulting. This is Scuzz Car Detail. So how many people?
After you tell us what we need to change, can we leave to go do
Yes,
that?
yes, please go
Yeah.
ahead. Yes.
All right.
So you know what to you know what to change. And you've seen it. Perfect. I'll see you then next Wednesday. And be prepared then for the SEO and look at those last articles under the PPTs.
Perfect.
Perfect, great. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Okay, what is this? My SCUS card detail. Oh, is this the car thing? Where's my group here? Nanako, Bo, and Michael, and Alex. And Michael, anybody here for this group? Alex, you're here for this group?
Yes. Yeah, that's actually our separate, me and Anika's separate.
Okay, that's just the two of you.
Yeah.
So why don't you make yourself another group called 9A?
But it's based on.
Yeah, but that I know that it's yours. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay, because it's part of 9, right? So make another folder, call it 9A, put you and Nanako there,
Okay.
and then we can work on it together because it's difficult. I know it's the same one, but it's yours. I spoke with Nanako about that. This is the detailing. This is it? Oh, it came out. So what is this? I guess it's not freight. There's a problem with, oh, okay. It was downloading. Okay. Introducing Suds Card Detailing Club. It's a club.
So this is our separate. This is basically the membership to become a member to the. So
The club, and then you're going to sell products.
Yeah, we're also gonna have products.
Okay, that needs to be worked on, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and this needs to be changed. I don't know what this means. We complete projects, professional services. Are you San Francisco area going to start? No.
No,
Are you from San Francisco?
no,
Yeah.
no,
So,
we haven't.
yeah. So you got to change that. Car washing, car detailing, car. So you're coming to me? Is that the idea? What's the club idea?
So that's when you basically become a member and get monthly car wash.
Monthly car
Also
wash.
buy products once in a while.
And I get car washes in my house, or I have to take my car? You
Well,
come to me in a mobile van?
We go to the house.
Okay, what's the difference? I know a lot of guys that I've seen on these mobile vans. They come, the guys always live next door. The owner of the house always sends his friend, and they rent next door to me, and they always send out this guy. So what are you different than a guy with a van with the hose and stuff, detailing my car?
The difference is that most car detailing companies have like package deals,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't really customize your own detail, and that's where the other site is.
Okay. Okay, so
That
you gotta give me like little menus or something that I can see. What's one plan,
I
two
can
plan?
upload a link to the main site.
Okay, all right, but you gotta work on this.
But it's not a Wix site; it's a WordPress site. So I thought we'd start with that.
Okay, all right. So then, and then you know what you can do then? What would be interesting is you can take some of all the material here and copy and duplicate it to WordPress from Wix.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. You can even do, Michael, you can even, that'll be like a second part of your project is showing how you move from Wix to WordPress.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Do that for extra credit, Michael,
Got it.
since you have a background in it. So let's do this, and then this has to be changed, of course. Okay? And then all this needs to be worked on too. Meet the team. I don't need you guys can go over it yourself. I don't need to go over this, right? Manager, and you know the same thing. Besides being the manager, we need about you. And who else is in there? And then, I have to go here to find the other one. And Alex. And these are the two, or I got more? So, you know what I would do is I put them, I personally would rather just put both of you here, since there's only two, rather than having going all the way over from here. But that's it, yeah, okay. You can, it goes through, okay, and then put something about you rather than you're just managers. Okay? And then Michael, maybe do something, we can talk afterwards. Send me an email, Michael. You there?
Gotcha. I can just I'll upload a link to.
Yeah, but then we'll talk about it. Send me an email anyways, and we'll talk about maybe as a second. You can show like the students, which would be interesting, is how you could take then their content from Wix, and after that year, once they get a freeze, that they could then even just take a copy of all their content and everything and bring it into WordPress.
Yeah, I can show you what I have already.
Yeah, right. We'll do that. Okay? Perfect. Okay. And what about group 10? Devin, Chad, Ethan, and Harry, where's your link? Where's their link? I don't see their link. And I've gotten 8, right? King Consulting. And Sydney Guangdong. And Sarum, are you here? They haven't done anything, or I haven't seen it. And this is question mark. Whose is this?
That's ours.
Okay.
I
Huh?
just put the link in.
Yeah, but it's not linkable, right?
Yeah, it wasn't letting me. It wasn't hyperlinks. I don't know why.
I don't know why. Well, you have to do it. You have to go to edit. It's not I don't know why. You got to figure it out. I don't know why. It's like a song, right? I don't know why I love you so. You know that song? So in this case, what do we need to do? Is once I see my information, right? And then I have my link. What I'm going to do? I'm going to highlight my link, right? I'm going to copy it. I'm going to right click, and where do I go for a link? Where do I go? I go to link. And then I have a place for link, and what should I do? I should paste it, right? And then this you want to change, even if you haven't upgraded. This is not, you don't want just to say my site. Give a description.
I have to fix the domain. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was trying to fix it, but it was not letting me.
Yeah. Okay. So there's you can edit it. You can edit your link.
Yeah.
Okay, so submit. Right? You want a linkable. You want me to start. Okay, what group are you?
I was in 5.
Yeah. Okay, so tell me remind me what you guys do.
It was our mission, our goal was to create a platform which you could find tutors, not tutors, it was more like online teachers, business instructors, so you could find those different types of people to get online face-to-face lessons with them instead of going to have to meet them face-to-face. It's more convenient, you don't have to like drive to their house.
And are you specializing in music teacher? What group are you specializing with?
I wasn't sure if I was trying to think if we should do both music as like music teachers and like some sort of like.
Do you play music? Anybody in your groups are music teachers or play music?
I don't know. I don't think so, but I'm not sure.
So who came up with music? If none of you, do you play an instrument?
I don't play instruments. I just
So why do we pick? So why do we pick it? In
That's
collaboration, learn a far prep, and we put it together. Is that kind of on purpose, or we wanted to have a space there? We did it on purpose to make this.
Yeah, I did it on purpose, but
No, but I'm just wondering. Is that learn a far? That's kind of like a in
Yeah.
prep in collaboration our business idea. Well, first of all, I wouldn't say our business idea. It's basically what are you doing?
Okay.
This has to be this has to be a business, not our idea.
Okay.
It's not our business. I have an idea. I have an idea. I want to be an astronaut. I have ideas. This is actually doing something. So this has to be, and here, and it's so much online music, fitness with the train professional. I would. Do you work out?
Yeah. Well, yes.
You probably work out more than you take music lessons, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's why I was more thinking about doing some sort of fitness thing.
Yeah. At least you know fitness. At least you can even do some videos with a fitness instructor.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking instead. Because I don't really know much about.
If you don't know anything about music, what are you going to do a business about music? You don't even want to play an instrument. You don't know how to play an instrument. You don't want to take a lesson from an instrument. So what am I going to do?
Yeah, I think I'll just switch to fitness then. I don't think that I
And then try to find different ways. And now maybe on ways that fit. Everybody's trying to struggle because right now, what happens to the gym? You go into a gym now?
Yeah, it's true actually. Yeah, now I think about it.
Are you going to a gym now? I used to go to a gym. Guess what happened to my gym? I used to go to wellness center. Have you ever been to the wellness center?
I have been in the wellness center.
Right. What happened to the wellness center?
Close.
The clothes, right? So what am I going to do? I'm sitting and getting fat, out of shape, right? Better get some kind of fitness class.
Okay.
And then show how you're using Zoom. Then you actually can do something, and then you can get excited about this. Of course, you're kind of apathetic about this because it's nothing what you want to do. I'd be apathetic too to do a project that I didn't want to do.
About it, I think the fitness is a lot better.
Yeah, and then you can get excited, and then you can even do something in Zoom, and you and your teammates some can be the instructor, some can be the participant. You can have a helper, and you're ready with your group, you can have a whole class. And then you can bring in other people to your class and show, hey, these are my lessons. This is my schedule. Check our schedule out. If you're a fitness instructor, be part of our group. You also can teach. And then when the virus is over, maybe you can get people physically, and then you can do a physical class with a virtual. So you got a lot of work, but at least you're going to be doing work that somehow you're interested in.
Yeah,
It'll be painful to do it the other way.
I agree.
Right? Then it's interesting. Then you can say, "Hey, I know something about business. I work out. At least I know what kind of trainer I want.
Okay.
Yeah, I know trainers. I know people that work out at the gym. I know what they want. I know that this is too boring. This is I can compete. I can do little mini, and then you can think about who do I want to cater this to." And then you can do almost like a matching between trainers and trainees. Then you could have a section maybe on nutrition or something. Then you can have nutritionists come in. How do I lose that extra flab that I've been sitting around?
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, we got it work done.
Yeah, that sounds a lot better. Thank you.
My pleasure. Okay, what else? Who else have I missed? What do I got in participants? I got 14 participants. Let's see who I got here. Celia, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
What have I looked at your group?
No, you have not looked at our group yet.
What number?
We're group number 2.
2. How did I miss you? But I look.
Wait, no.
You're not 2.
3.
3. Okay. The Marketing Experts Net. I love the name.
Thank you.
Great name. You can sell that. Okay, let's see it. We got something already we can possibly make money off of. I like that part. The and you can use it for a lot of different people could use that name, you know? Okay. So so tell me what are you going to do?
Okay, so our business is we basically help you market your business or yourself. So
Your
like
business to yourself. What does that
if
mean?
you want help to create like a LinkedIn profile, then we can help you do that too. But it's mainly for businesses, so like new businesses that need marketing, like specific marketing help. So like we'll have online courses which are like more generalized, or you can have like a specific coach like for you and your own personal needs. So like if you click on them or like scroll down a little bit, it like kind of explains it.
Okay. First of all, first things first. You got to right here, it's like you got a chance, you know? Like right here is where you can make a first impression and either I'll buy it or I'm not. So here, market your business to the top. What? I don't even know
Like
what.
like market your business to the top, like market your business to be better. So
Yeah.
there's two general things that are different. So like the online courses are different than your specific coach. Like one is a lot more personalized. Like they can help you with the range of things. Like really kind of any kind of online help you need. But it's just
Online
like a
help for what?
platform. It's a
To,
platform that kind of puts it's better than online tutorials on how to market yourself.
how
And
to
like
market it yourself or how to market your right business?
both. Both is basically what it is. It's whatever you need. So it's gonna pair you with a coach. Um,
A
so we
business
basically
coach or a personal coach?
a person like a teacher, and you're gonna have like virtual classes. So you would pay by the hour for your class, and then they specifically help you with whatever you need. So there's different kinds of coaches for different kinds of things. Cause so say
But
you're
here you
trying.
say personal relationships. You're going to help me with my personal relationships, or what are you going to do here? Ex- Personal relationships, expert knowledge, flexibility. So you tell me in your own words, I'm in an elevator with you. What do you do? What problem are you solving?
So we're solving how to get your name out there, and how to get you to be reached by more people for whatever you're trying to sell or do. So, like, if you need a better LinkedIn profile, we can help you make a better LinkedIn profile. If you need to get ads online for like younger people to see your product, then we
So
can
you're
help
a
you
social media
with
company?
that. It's basically
Are
like
you an
marketing online.
agency? What's your major?
My major?
Yeah.
Oh, my major is I'm doing legal studies.
Okay. Who came up with this idea?
Avner.
Abner.
Avner has I think it's his aunt or one of his family members. It does like classes on how to make a better LinkedIn profile.
Okay,
And
that's completely different than all these things put together.
yeah, so we wanted to reach more viewers, so we put them all together. Because when you look online, like a how-to page, there's a bunch of small little like how-to videos, but they're very general. Like on YouTube, you can find some on YouTube, or you can have there's a bunch of different like help me make my business bigger, like help me with marketing, or like just like e-commerce. But it's kind of hard to find like one specifically for you, and you have to do a lot of searching. It's a lot of like individual people trying to help you, so we're putting them all together in like an easily accessible way.
I think it's too broad. I think you're like everything to everybody. I think it'd be better if you focused, like explore online courses. That's like forever, all these online courses. I'd rather say maybe as a person now, how do I promote myself in social media? How do
Well,
I
if you
get
click
more
on
visibility?
like online courses, or click on find the coaches, find coaches.
Find your industry. Okay.
So yeah,
So
which
let's say I'm
industry,
healthcare. Okay.
you can click on it, and then you find people that have that are like experts in that field. And then you would make you would have instruction with them for an hour for whatever kind of business you have.
I think you should narrow it. Too much of too much. Either either I would do too many things. Food services, transportation. You never get this off the ground. I would take maybe one industry, or even, like he said that he had his aunt or whatever is going. How do you improve your LinkedIn? Is maybe using. You can do something on maybe how to do collaboration in these. How to do maybe teleworking or telesolutions for working at home or something, or promote yourself or something like that. This is way too broad. This,
Okay.
you understand? So you're never going to get this off the ground.
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
So either take an industry, or take, maybe even make it to college graduates, that are, or maybe make it for older people that have or need to change their careers, and you guys, since you know social media well, you can help them. And then you can do additional online, but you're like so broad that when I would go to you, it's like the name is good, that you could probably sell it, the marketing experts, but maybe the marketing experts for new graduates, or the marketing expert, and then later on you could have, in future you could have like little niches. Maybe the marketing experts, I got an idea, Celia, is you could have, is Amelia there too, or just you? You're the only one from
No,
your group?
that's me right now.
Okay. So we're recording it anyway, so you can tell them. What I would do is maybe the big company is the marketing experts. You're going to start out with a niche of it, like the marketing experts for.
Do you think we should focus on the online courses part? If you look at the other part of our site for online courses.
So if I click on online, the art of advertising, defining your, and where are you going to get these online courses?
Well, just click on the online courses so you can kind of
I clicked on it. Meet online courses, meet our talents.
Yeah.
Okay, and who are these people? You just got faces of these people, or what?
Yeah, like we would
highlight people.
People for different.
Okay, like here, create a LinkedIn profile, the marketing process, defining your brand, managing effective social media, pricing and positioning. I would maybe even in the beginning say the marketing experts, and then you have different subsections, like social media.
Okay.
Or marketing expert, and like for, or marketing experts and for the entrepreneur. So I'll help you with social media. I'll help you get on Facebook. I'll help you with an Instagram. We'll help you with a LinkedIn. And then you can say in the future, then we'll do, what's she doing? customer service, professional customer service. What's he doing? Pricing and positioning.
Our idea was for, because a lot of these things they have them, but our idea, what was making it different than what's already out there, is that ours would be personalized for individual businesses. So we would have like individual coaches meet with you like through Zoom, through online courses to help with your specific business, and it wouldn't be.
And, well, are you going to help me with accounting? Let's say I don't have enough I don't have enough good cash flow. You going to help me with that too?
Yeah.
But then I have a cash flow. It's just too broad.
Okay.
I would narrow it down to put notes there in your notes, Celia, that I would hone in on, like for the person now having to work at home, telemarketing skills or telesolutions, and part of it is how to effectively use Zoom or use webinars or something like that.
Okay.
Or for certain those maybe have those that are having to start off now that have been laid off from work. It's going to be a lot of people, right?
Uh-huh.
Have you heard about that? The people are going to be laid off from work?
Yeah, there's pretty more job losses have occurred than ever before.
Right. So we had the best job economy, right? What year are you?
Well, I'm a freshman.
Right. Good thing you're not a senior, right?
Yeah.
Senior, 6 months ago, they got plenty of offers. Now they'll be lucky if they get one offer, right?
Yeah.
So it may be in a way that something about now that I have to be on my own, I don't know, something, you know what I'm saying? This is way too broad.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying.
You know what I mean? And you won't ever be able to accomplish it. I want this to be real, that you could say, hey, we got a business right here. This is impossible to meet. You know what I mean? Major marketing firms aren't able to do this, you know? Take just a section of this and a section of the group, and then you can expand later. And use that as the key, the marketing experts, and we're starting off with this branch of the marketing experts. And later on in your slides, you can say, in future, once we get more funding and once we grow and see this is successful, then we'll move into online courses. And within coaching is so broad. You know? Is it coaching for what? Coaching for my brand? Is it coaching for my self-confidence? Is it coaching for women? Is it coaching for salespeople? Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying.
Okay? So bring that back to the group. You have a great group, you know what I mean? Use it. And it looks great. It looks very professional. You know, these are all nice. And where are you guys? Are you guys in here? Your pictures in here?
Yes, and about.
Okay. About as quality teaching anytime, anywhere. So something almost like that, almost teaching people how to teach online. That would be another business. Write that down. Teaching people how to teach remotely. A lot of people now were tutors, right? They can't meet anymore. They're special ed teachers.
Our pictures, if you scroll down, me and Avner have our pictures up. Amalia hadn't, we don't have a picture for her yet. But.
Okay, but it's good. But it's starting. Your website looks very nice. That's not the problem. You know what I mean? Your website looks beautiful. It's very quality. It's the essence that we're having to hold it. Even this. You see this? Quality teaching, anytime, anywhere. We'll show you how. And teach them Zoom, teach them other methods, how they can do. Teach them screencasting. You remember you did the screencasting? Teach them collaboration. That could be just even a business right there. I like that, and it's right to the point. We'll teach the teacher. We'll teach you, and even if you're not a so-called teacher, right, that you want to teach something now. Whether you're, how do you get to your customer? Think about it. Tell them about that. I like this.
I will. I'll tell them.
Okay? And then give me feedback during the week and what you guys decide to do, because we don't got a lot of time, you know?
Uh-huh.
But this is better than the club thing.
Yeah.
You know? Especially the two of you are not into, are you into the club ambassadorship?
That was mainly Amalia's.
I know, that's Amalia. So this way all of you can do something. Okay. Who else is with me? Let's see.
Can we go over 11A?
I love to go over 11A.
Thank you.
So did you hear what I was saying to her and everyone? I don't see. So when you have 11A, where should you put 11A, you think?
Probably at the bottom.
Probably, huh? Right. Probably at the bottom would be a good idea. Because when I'm looking for 11A, where do you think I look? Probably not in, unless you have a different numbering system than I do, right?
Yeah. It's at the top though. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize you moved it.
Where to go? Here. Yeah. You see it here. Right? You can do the extra effort. Okay. We to me bank. So you didn't get you. So the we to me. Okay, bang. Okay. So what are we doing? So tell me.
Sorry?
So tell me what you're doing.
Oh, okay. So basically, what it is, it's a corporate bank, set up to help finance companies who finance energy companies basically. Um, and it's a good timing now because the Saudi-Russian, um, I guess like oil war almost
Yeah.
is going on.
So what are you going?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and so like we just felt like a lot of these companies wouldn't have necessary funds to go about their like business, so we would kind of swoop in and help them out.
Swoop in.
Yeah.
So who came up with this swooping in idea?
I did.
Okay. And why did you come up? Is anyone in your family into banking?
No, I'm just interested in it.
Okay. So you're swooping in and you're doing what? Okay, modern banking shaping the future of financing for energy companies. So we're just doing energy companies.
Yeah, that's our focus.
We decided to launch let me move your face. We decided to launch We to Me corporate bank to cater to businesses deeply affected by the fluctuating price of oil and other, when no one else finances looking at us to help who we are. Okay, do you have a description of who we are? So how many in your group?
We're supposed to be 3, but one of the kids wasn't answering.
Okay, so so if I go back to course documents, so, okay. And why don't you have your emails there in 11A?
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that tonight, right? We're gonna do, and so it looks like everyone else's, right?
Yep.
So let me go here. Let me get out the marketing. Let me get out home my site. So we gotta tell, besides our picture, we're gonna talk about ourselves and what we offer. So what do we offer here? Business cloud integration, put our automated saved on the cloud integrated cloud. Yeah, whenever you want to check out your finance, business financing. So what's your major?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm a finance major in international business
AI assisted business planning. So, Peter, are you the only one from your group here?
Yeah.
And this is your idea, Peter?
Yes.
What did you have before? What was your other idea? This is not what you told me before, right?
No, it is. This is what we told you last class.
With the bank?
Yeah.
How's this doable, really? And
What do you mean?
what's the other? Who else is in your group? Who else did you get a hold of besides you, Peter? In your group?
Justin.
Justin. Okay. I just think it's too big. First of all, who we are, we're three University of Miami's with a passion for helping companies hurting in times like now. First of all, the times like now, how long do you think these times like now is going to last?
I mean,
I don't know.
Trying to edit.
Yeah, right. I'm just thinking, well, our headquarters in, are you from Houston?
No.
Are you just making that up? Where are you from now? Where are you from?
New York.
New York, okay. What I like is, Peter, we don't have a lot of time, right? This seems to me way too big and way too undoable. I understand there's a problem, with financing. I don't know how we're three kids from the University of Miami are going to get into financing these energy companies from, you have relations with the Saudis, you have relations with Russia. I don't know. But it's almost like it's too much. The only thing I'm thinking about, maybe we can cut it down and narrow it if this is what you wanted to do. What we offer is something like this area right here. You see my cursor?
Yeah.
AI assisted business planning. Maybe make a company and look at other companies that are into this space of AI assisted business planning or using AI with business planning or AI matching needs or something, and maybe focusing in on this. This is just way too, for me, pie in the sky. You're not getting down into the detail. And if I asked you, okay, do you think by the end of the semester you could start doing any of this? What would your answer be?
Well, I mean, like, I don't really get how, not to be rude, but I don't really get how, like, the AI assisted.
I don't know. Why did you put it in there?
Well, I mean, like, it's all, like, possible, but I mean, it's not likely to be done. Like,
Okay.
the AI assisted planning on its own is really likely to be done.
I don't know. I don't know. It just seems to be. How can we? Let me ask you, Peter. You're a smart guy, right? And I know you want to succeed. But I want to have a project for you that you can say, hey, I could do this.
Yeah.
I could. You saw the other projects. You understand? It's something that you could do, and something that you would really like and you could be passionate about. Let's not forget about Justin and the other guy that you never even see. Just let's focus on you. Is what is doable idea that we can present. And this is just, I can see that, if we read the paper, maybe these guys, modern banking, are you going to be a bank? I mean, it's, you have the funds to be a bank. I mean, this is billions we need. shaping the future financing for energy companies. You know anything about energy companies?
No, I think I'm just a little confused because like, I feel like a lot of these proposals can't be done either.
No, but I mean, but this is way too big. Take a portion of it. So what? Let's say we want to do banking, or we want to do financing, or even a way of what's available now. Even do a site that we can see what is new in banking, and being a site that people can see as a site for people to look at as, what's the future of banking going to look like, or maybe what are new technologies going to be looking at in review. People are doing reviews of something in banking. This, from all the group projects, this seems to me the biggest. You know what I mean? This is like somebody like J.P. Morgan, maybe, with a couple of Saudi banks can go into something like this.
Yeah,
And not three guys from the University of Miami. What year are you? Freshman. What do you, something that you love, that you would like to learn about? Let's even put it that way. What things in, maybe even in technology, would you really like to know well? Technology, maybe fintech. You want finance? Maybe what are new things in fintech? I don't know. So maybe if we thought about if I was going to do something in what? Tell me. You know what I mean?
I'm interested in like emerging markets.
Yeah, fintech, emerging markets, trends. Like, are you interested? Have you ever heard of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin?
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I'm not really
Okay, so I'm just saying. So they say platform non-traditional banking services, increase in intelligent mobile payment options, blockchain for security, 8 fintechs. You should be 5 tech trends. 5 global trends. What is it? Emerging trends in the shaping of the markets. Let's see. Payment transformation. Crowdfunding platforms.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in crowdfunding platforms.
Right. Do a review of crowdfunding platforms.
A review?
Yeah. Basically, your website of reviewing crowdfunding platforms. Small, narrow.
Okay.
What do you think of that? Just don't tell me okay. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it's not my favorite idea.
Okay, what I'm just thinking about. Is this your favorite idea?
I mean, it's just the two things I'm interested in the most.
Which one?
The bank.
Okay, the bank. Setting up a bank. What are you interested in parts of the bank?
I mean, like financing. Just financing like loans.
Financing. So maybe this is a site on how would you do a how-tos. What's the state of the art? Before you're going to be that modern bank and shape it, for the energy companies, maybe what are the trends in that modern banking, and what are due diligence that people have to go through?
What about like a crowdfunded site on like sourcing funds for emerging markets to do something?
That sounds better. That's narrow. I like that better.
And I don't know what the end goal would be. Maybe like real estate in emerging markets, like crowdfunding platforms, like
Maybe something like that, but getting narrower. You know what I mean?
yeah.
this is just so huge, I mean, you need a consortium,
Yeah, I understand.
maybe when you're, you know, what does your family do?
They're all lawyers.
Okay. And what are they, corporate or what?
They have their own firm,
Okay.
private firm.
But I mean, it's litigation or?
They're attorneys,
Okay.
injury attorneys.
And, okay, PI, okay. Do you want to go to law school too or no? You got enough
No,
lawyers?
no, definitely not.
You got enough lawyers in your,
Yeah, exactly.
right, you've seen enough PI. Yeah, guys, okay. So, even that crowdfunding kind of stuff, of a certain product. And or maybe in review of other crowdfunding, what have they been doing with crowdfunding platforms in banking and financing?
Okay.
What's the state of the art of it?
I definitely like that idea.
You know what I mean? I wanted your idea that you like, not what I like. But something that you could bring to somebody and say, hey, I know this at the end. Somebody could say, hey, you know what, that Peter, he's an expert in, he knows a lot about this. And then you can take the next step and the next step. But this is like 20 steps ahead. These are kind of
I
like,
understand that.
I want you to be able to say, hey, I can do this. You could even go to an investor, and say, hey, these are areas that we can go with. And no investor is going to say, I'm going to give Peter, where do we even start?
Yeah, there's not really.
It'd be different if you say, I used to, one of my classes in the summer, I used to have a bunch of Saudis in my class. There used to be a lot of Saudis at the university. So one was, and like, they were from Kuwait and Saudi, and his father, and I asked him, what does your father do? And he said, oh, he advises, the head advisor for the Saudi, the Saudi sovereign fund.
Yeah.
So I can see with him, he already has, and that is even too big, for a body. But at least he's, I'm into the financing. My father's, the head advisor of the Saudi sovereign fund or something.
Yeah, exactly.
And then even there, we had the head of trade state, like a competitor of Ninja Trader. And they came to the class, and their eyes, were blown up because, their fathers were giving them millions of dollars just to invest. And I said in my class, make sure, because we were doing Ninja Trader, I said they're not opening up accounts in my class because I didn't want them coming back when they lose, right?
Yeah, exactly.
with their millions that they're coming back. So that's good, on platforms. What's the state of the art? What have they done? Who has succeeded? Who has not? Even what were the problems of why they didn't succeed? Who has succeeded better? What's the characteristics of it? Almost be like a think tank. And then you can invite extra, and then you can say, we'll have extra speakers come. You could even have like little seminars.
What you're saying for the website idea?
Yeah, for there. You could even propose, that you'll do like a webinar series or a talk series, and we'll use Zoom for bringing in experts around the world. Later on, we'll set up a platform site to, and even look at what's available now. What's the closest that's available? And you can put even links of what are your closest competitors, and you could even do a little bit review on it.
Yeah.
On them. That you're going to learn something from it. And whether your other guys chip in, that you've gained a lot, and you'll get the credit for it.
Okay.
And plus, you have something to take away with yourself. And rethink it, and then get back to me and let me know, and even let me know rather than waiting a whole week, say, what do you think of this, and then you look at yourself.
Like I put in a lot of work and then like have
yeah, I don't want to do that. But this, you understand, is just way too much.
No, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
That you're going to get whatever you do, and then get with me and say, hey, here's, and you know already how to post the URL, make it linkable, and say, check this out.
Okay, we'll do.
Will you do this and check it out, and then we can work together as a team, and then we can even do
I'll
like
do
a
that before
Zoom,
next class.
huh?
I'll do that before next class.
Yeah, way before next class. You know what I mean? Because next class it's gonna be we're gonna have guest speaker on that want to even already talk about promoting your site.
Right.
So if you don't know, if you haven't set up your what you want to do on your site, how are you going to promote it?
So, yeah.
So you really need to work hard of this couple of days and get those guys, whoever it is, even if Justin can help you, get with him and let him help you. And you be the leader and learn how to be the leader. You don't want to be like you don't want to be the group that's at the end kind of the slacker group. You want to be the lead. Hey, we got something really great and I'm passionate about it. And then you can be talking about it with passion and saying, hey, I want to learn even more on this. And then when something's of interest to you, you don't even think about the hours you spend. When you hate it, every minute is torture. Let me just get it out. Let me throw something together, slap something together.
Okay.
Take advantage of our time. Let's take advantage of our time. Let it not control us, okay? I enjoyed our conversation. Hopefully you got something out of it.
Yeah, me too. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Always.
Have a good night, Professor.
Yeah. Okay. Who else is with me? Dylan, you're there? Dylan? And Harry? Okay, and what about Harry? Harry, you want something? What's up, Harry? You have anything to tell me or no? Hmm? Harry, you there or you forgot to sign off? Harry, are you there? Okay, Harry's not responding. I think we finished. We looked at all the groups. And I'm going to stop sharing. Well, before I stop sharing, let me save my work. Let me see in the chat here what we got. Okay. Let's do this. Let me save my work. Let me close this. Documents. Learning. WeBank. FinTech. And I'm going to end the meeting. I have StreamYard. Let's see what we got in StreamYard. You see me in StreamYard? And I'm going to leave my meeting. I'm going to end my meeting of, let's see this. Let's stop the recording. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to end the meeting. End meeting for all. I'm recording the StreamYard. I'm saving my file. Closing. Stop. And that's it. Not yet. I don't hear you. What? It's the circle is running. Just close Zoom. Just close StreamYard.
Hi. So we finished everything. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
I added a comment
Okay.
with my last pisser.
Okay.
I shared with you in the chat.
Okay. I get echo.
Yeah,
I get
we can reduce the
no on your
volume.
side. It's coming from your side, not mine. It's coming from your side. The squeakiness is coming from you.
Okay, I'm going to reduce it. Is it better now?
Yeah.
Closing the chat,
I hear you.
closing the Zoom. I'm updating the Word document. Going to the very top and I paste the last pisser file name. Click save. Click close. I want to review this file. No. Remove these files. Okay, remove this file. So I still see your live still on YouTube. I have a spreadsheet. Somehow forgot to update the spreadsheet file. I'm going to do it just now. File, save and browse, save. This is going to be excellent. XXX. I have a folder open here. Paste it there. Okay. What else? Notepad. send recorder. Play it back to see if it's any good. Make sure it's working fine. Playback to the store. Close that. Find the file exit. Expense and recorder. Back. Close the camera. Back. Drop the original. Once you close the YouTube, copy and paste it also. YouTube in my notes here. URL. That's the end of the store. Repeat.
How you doing? I'm trying to talk to the students.
Yes.
It's interesting.
What did you find out?
One student took an exam online
Yeah.
and was using a lockdown browser.
Yeah.
It just gave the student time,
Mm-hmm.
2 hours to take the exam, and that was it.
So you give them a lot more.
No, I mean with the lockdown browser, I can see why people don't even bother. Students were having problems. So
You
just
give
give them.
them to those that
I'm
don't
gonna
have
have
problem. Those that have problem, tell
I'll
them.
give them the same thing like they did. I'll give them like a password.
Exactly.
And it's time, and that's it.
Let me finish this here.
You got it?
Call it a day. So we close this.
And then another one, he told me this Avner. I said, Avner, why are you in class? So I had another class at the same time. But the student, the instructor said, that's the end of the class. Do some reading, so that's the no more class.
Yeah.
Read something. You got it?
Yeah. That's good. They can work on your class.
No, but if you see what people are doing now?
Yeah. What would you sue them? What would you do?
What are they gonna do? Army?
Yeah.
You know? I gave them reading.
They have to mess up with their, to learn to teach online now. They don't get any
Anyone
help
can
with,
say.
help with their research. Why should they waste their time?
I do and I don't. I mean, you're going to have one of those mentors up next in Governor Murphy, who's just been extraordinary. He's a partner with the state of California. J.B. Pritzker, a partner with the state of California. Jay Inslee out here in Washington State, a partner. Governor Brown up in Oregon. We're building relationships, building capacity, increasing our collaboration around procurement. These ventilators that we were able to send out come from those personal relationships, those professional relationships.